Good morning students. Today I continue Unit 1. Now I share the PPT of Unit 1. Someone advertisement is there, I trim it. The scope of engineering economics. In previous class we discussed about the engineering efficiency, economic efficiency. What is meant by engineering efficiency? It is defined as the ratio of output to the input of a physical system. That means it is very related to our mechanical engineering stream. That means output by input into 100. We already learned in the thermodynamics and then thermal engineering also. And then what is meant by economic efficiency? That means how much cost you invest and then how get back from this investment. That is called worth by cost into 100. The worth is the annual revenue generated by the way of operating business. The cost is the total annual expenses incurred in carrying out the business. That is called the economic efficiency. And the next topic is scope of engineering economics. The engineering economics plays a variable major role in all engineering decisions. That is the main, because investment is the very essential. And then engineering economics helps an engineer to assess and compare the overall cost of available alternative for engineering project. You must do any project. I will do any projects or product make a product. The economic is the very major role. It plays major role. The engineering economics concepts are used in the field for improving productivity, reducing human effort, and then controlling the reducing cost. That is the main thing. And then it helps in allotting the resources. Resources means man, machine, material. These are all the resources. And then engineering mechanics helps to understand the market condition, general economic environment in which the firm is working. The firm is working in which market condition. For example, you make a product. It's demanding any climatic condition or all time product. You must decide your product. That is the main thing, to create a demand and you will supply in proper manner. That is the main concept of your product. And the next topic is elements of cost. The elements of cost incurred: material cost, labor cost, and then expenses. The material cost have direct material cost, indirect material cost, and then labor cost includes incurred direct labor, indirect labor, and then expenses also have direct and indirect expenses. The indirect expenses are called as overhead. The direct material means the product which have made by which material that has some amount is called the direct material cost. And then indirect material cost means tools and then lubrication materials, the cost. These are all the indirect material costs. And the direct labor means who make a product by the machinery or its own or its own, that cost occurred is direct material cost. And then what is meant by indirect labor, security, and then transport persons, these are also we pay the amount for his working. This cost incurred in indirect labor cost. And then what is meant by expenses? Direct expenses means man, machine, material, and then transportation. These are all incurred in the direct expenses. And then indirect expenses means security guards, and then store the raw material in yard. Yard means much amount of raw materials is stored in one area. That area is called the yard. This cost incurred in the indirect expenses. The indirect material costs are called overhead. Now we understand, I think. And then next is selling price of a product. How it arrive the selling price of a product? The selling price of product incurred prime cost, factory cost, cost of production, cost of sales. Okay. And then selling price, we calculate the selling price per unit. What is meant by prime cost? Direct material, direct labor, and the direct expenses are called prime cost. And then factory cost means prime cost plus factory overhead. And then cost of production equal to factory cost plus office and administrative overhead. What is meant by office and administrative overhead? Office clerks and then office materials, these are incurred in the office administrative overheads. And then cost of sales means the cost of goods sold plus selling and distribution overhead. What is mean distribution overhead? The distribution overheads incurred advertisement cost, and then godown cost, and then marketing people salary. These are incurred in the selling and distribution overhead. If you give the discount for your product means these are also incurred in the selling and distribution overhead. And then sales equal to cost of sales plus profit. Each and every material made by cost with the profit. You must fix your product in efficient manner, means your business in efficient manner means you must fix the profit between the 20 to 30% of your production cost. This is the business tactics followed by our business peoples. And then selling price per unit is equal to sales by quantity sold. You sold the 1,000 products within the week or within the month. It's easily calculated by selling price per unit. I think you must learn about the selling price of a product. But in future, how to fix your price of your product. It is very helpful to you. The next topic is other cost and revenues. These are all under this category. Other cost and revenues are marginal cost, marginal revenue, sunk cost, and then opportunity cost. What is meant by marginal cost? It is the cost of producing an additional unit of that product. What is meant by additional unit of that product? That means you fix your target or production quantity within a shift or a week or month. For example, you must product 100 units in your shift means the 101th product is the additional product that cost incurred the marginal cost, that is called the marginal cost of our product. And then marginal revenue, what is meant by marginal revenue? It is the increment revenue of selling an additional unit of that product. You produce one additional product that sold by you, and then it makes additional revenue, that is called the marginal revenue. And then sunk cost, what is in sunk cost? It is the fixed cost of an equipment or asset. This cost is not considered for any analysis. In the pandemic situation or then any inconvenient of your products, that on that time the equipment or asset are studied by in your past, but it's not considered for any analysis. That cost is called sunk cost. And then opportunity cost, what is meant by opportunity cost? The expected return of benefit for one in rejected one course of action for another. When rejecting one course of action, the rejecting alternative becomes the opportunity cost for the alternative accepted. You make one opportunity, that means in your production year you have so many equipments in ideal in sometimes. On that time we produce one product by the rest of your machine, that makes an opportunity cost. That cost is known as opportunity cost. And then contribution and profit and volume ratio. What is meant by contribution? It is the difference between the sales and the marginal cost of the revenue. You make one product, one fix the marginal cost of your product. You sell your products by your sales team. That cost is sales cost, and then marginal cost of sales is already known about the marginal cost. The sales and the difference between the sales and the marginal cost is contribution. And then we calculate the contribution within the so many ways. These are all the given below. Contribution is equal to fixed cost plus profit, that is also called as contribution. And then sales minus marginal cost, that is explained by in previous notes. And then contribution is equal to sales minus variable cost. These are all the other ways to calculate your contribution of your business. And then what is meant by profit volume ratio? Contribution by sales is called as profit volume ratio. And then another way to calculate the profit volume ratio is fixed cost by break-even point. What is meant by break-even point? It is called as also known as no gain, no loss point is called break-even point. Next topic is also considered as the break-even analysis. We are move to the break-even analysis. The break-even analysis, it implies that the total revenue equals the total cost at some point of operations. That means some point of operation means you make your own product within your production unit. That products incurred material cost, labor cost, and then another overheads are incurred in your product. You produce the product in your production unit, in a week or month or shift, you fix the target and make the product within some quantity. Make the product, some quantities you made the products within the limit. That limits, for example, the 1000 units you made the product in your shift. The 1000 of the product is make the profit of your production. That the 1000th unit is the break-even point of your production. That point is called the break-even point. The break-even point means where there will be a neither profit nor loss. That is the break-even point. And then break-even chart, it shows the relationship between cost and revenue of given time. Total cost, that is denoted by TC, and then fixed cost FC, and then variable cost VC. Q is the volume of the production and quantity of the production, and then small is selling price per unit, and V is variable cost per unit. The total cost equal to fixed cost plus variable cost. That means TC is equal to FC plus V into Q. The total revenue, S is given, capital S equal to S into Q. Q means volume of the production. And then break-even analysis, the linear plot of total cost and total sales revenue as shown in figure. And the interaction point of the above two lines is called the break-even point, and corresponding quantity in the axis is the break-even quantity. For any production quantity which is less than the break-even quantity, the firm will make loss because total cost greater than the total revenue. Okay, you must do the business with the aim of profit. So we must learn about the break-even point. For any production quantity which is more than the break-even point, the firm will make profit because total revenue greater than the total cost. That is the main aim of the break-even analysis. The profit equal to sales minus fixed cost plus variable cost. That means sales quantity minus fixed cost plus variable cost. Break-even quantity is equal to fixed cost divided by selling price per unit minus variable cost per unit. So FC divided by S minus V. These are all the equal to calculate the break-even quantity. First I shown the break-even chart. This chart includes the x-axis with the unit of the production and the y-axis given by the total revenue and cost. And then you draw one line by the total revenue and then total cost. That two lines are met with one point. That point is called break-even point. Below the break-even point has loss area, and then above the break-even point is given by the green color, that is profit area. And then total revenue, total cost are easily calculated by the break-even chart. The graph is given by your easily understandable for you. And then margin of cost calculated by the break-even chart is easily actual sales minus sales at break-even point, or profit by P by V ratio. P by V ratio means profit volume ratio. And then profit by contribution to sales is also calculated the margin of safety. Margin of safety, it will help your business within the efficient manner. These are all the things we discuss in this class. What are we discussing this class? What are the topics we covered? First one is scope of engineering economics, and then elements of cost, and then how to arrive the selling price of the product, and then other cost and revenues, and then contribution to profit volume ratio, break-even analysis. I hope you understand these topics in well manner. Thank you. We will continue in the next class.